Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Four Sides of the Ring. It's Justin and Casey. After Wrestlemania Weekend, here to talk about, everything that happened since Saturday night. And a lot did happen. A lot did happen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it did. Some good, some bad. Justin cried a little bit.
I cried a lot. Some of our predictions came true. Some of them...
Well, I only got 3 wrong out of both days.
Mine went off the rails, so I didn't.
Yesterday was my big win, 6 out of 1. I only had 1 match yesterday go. The Saturday prediction, I had 2 matches that I guessed wrong.
Yeah.
And, sadly, we did not post last week before WrestleMania, so I cannot remember if we actually said our predictions prior to that. I want to say I said things about seeing, Naomi and the New Day winning because of their heel turn, and it would drive into a new story, but I cannot remember. You're asking me to think 2 weeks ago, and I cannot think past today.
You know what's funny? So I posted my predictions on X, right?
Mm.
And so the Damian Drew fight, which I was predicting Damian.
That was the one I lost as well.
But for some reason, I wrote Drew in on my post. I'm like, Drew takes it. I'm like, that's not what I was.
You're like, oops.
I'm like, I'm going with it.
You heard it here first. He lied on his post.
I don't know what I'm posting. Well, I mean, I probably type the same way I talk, like, those aren't the words I was trying to say, but we'll go with it.
Well, let's fumble around here. We're not going to necessarily go through every single match today. There's a lot to talk about with Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, so we're going to kind of try and mash it all into one show just because this week's going to be kind of hectic on us with our new schedules and such with our work. So I'm going to try and fumble it in here. Obviously, we might miss something. If we do, apologize on that, but
that's all right.
We're going to go as fast as we can.
We'll hit some of the important stuff.
Yeah, important stuff, some of the small things.
Going forward, so...
to be honest, let's see. I'll even start right here with my 2 failed predictions on Saturday night, which was Naomi. And I should have really rethought this after Rey Mysterio stepped out due to injury and was replaced by Rey Fenix. But I called that Rey would have won the match. And I even stated it would be a demasking, and that's how we would find out it's Chad. But... very wrong this round because Rey Fenix stepped in, and I'm pretty sure they hurry and switched the match around to continue the story. Maybe they want Rey to be the one to do it. Well,
talking about this stuff, though, real quick, is, there was the announcement, too, that WWE purchased AAA Wrestling.
AAA Wrestling.
Which is, for anyone that doesn't know, is Mexican wrestling.
It's
so
a lucha libre wrestling group.
And that's like where Penta came from, and
that's where a lot of them have come from.
Phoenix and those guys.
They even still now, just by themselves, are. I believe AAA is one of the bigger ones down in Mexico, and I don't know how real this statement was, but I came across it yesterday saying El Grande Americano is on his way down to AAA Wrestling. They literally said it was going to be a lucha libre massacre because they are going to tear him apart.
But, just I bring that up because, like, with Rey Fenix around, with Penta around, with El Grande Americano around, we might be seeing a lot of luchador action coming
Oh, we'll see
along
plenty
this
of
year,
it.
which is not a bad thing at all.
I mean, don't think we don't already have lucha in the ring. I mean, because look at it this way: not all of them wear masks.
Yeah, not
and
all
we
wear
saw
masks.
that by I can't even remember his fucking name, but he was sitting in the front row, and he's the one who kicks El Grande. He's a lucha with AAA, and so we saw that with him is, just because you're a lucha doesn't mean you have to wear a mask. So,
Right.
You got LWO, those guys. You got, I can't remember the other guy. He used to be LWO, but he's with the other two now. Anyway, you've got a few guys out there. But anyway, so those were the predictions I failed with. The ones I didn't fail with, which honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now, this was my just a fucking grand slam shot in the dark. I had no idea this. Like when I predict, I've got two predictions: what I want to happen and what I think the company is going to have happen. So for me, I wanted Jay to win, and the company also would want Jay to win because he had one hell of a pop. He's been blowing it up. Now with New Day, that was my shot in the dark. That was I wanted the War Raiders to win because I fucking hate the New Day anymore. But due to their, well, not necessarily hate them. It's just I've watched them for the last 10 years. It's just old. But I had the feeling, due to their insane rise with their heel turn, that the next story is going to be New Day's going to do something to win the match. They're going to leave with those belts. And now, as we even saw on Monday, they're going to start dragging shit out with those two belts. And New Day claiming that they're still the best, even though they're not somehow going to get out of every goddamn match they go in. So New Day obviously won by cheating. But it was their first WrestleMania win. But that one was, it was whatever. But the Jey Uso beating Gunther, I think that was one of the better matches of the night. I won't say the best match. We all know what the best match was, because good God, if you weren't at the edge of your seat at the main event, you weren't watching. And I'll even state this too: the women's championship match with Tiffy and Charlotte went rather good too. To where I think Jay and Gunther's match is right there on the level with Charlotte and Tiffy in second place. And just with the factor that he went and fucking turned shit around and beat Gunther with his own goddamn move. Thank you, Jay.
Well, not just the one move either. He turned everything around on Gunther.
Well, let's face it, too. Who would have seen him do a power bomb?
Right. He was power bombing Gunther.
Yep.
He got the chokehold on him. And he, but not only that, too. His level of, intensity was huge in that fight. He was going at Gunther, smacking him around.
He was not stopping. At one point, when he took a slap from Gunther, you could tell he was hurting, but at the same time, he started laughing about it. This is all you've got, your three moves.
Jay wasn't there to mess around.
He didn't either. And I'm going to tell you right now, he had one hell of a grade A match. I was not disappointed in that first match. I honestly, even with the slip ups, and let's face it, Saturday had a lot of them, but also keep in mind how many of these wrestlers actually got sleep. Because at the Hall of Fame, they were up until 1 in the morning with the Hall of Fame. So, but I mean, all these matches were good. I mean, they were great. It was a damn good Saturday event.
So let's bring up the aftermath of this match. Gunther showing up on Raw.
Oh, God. Well, that's not the aftermath of this match. What it was they had...
But this is still because he lost.
Yeah, because
He's
it was
mad.
right after Jay's celebration, and Michael went and said what was true.
Yeah,
He tapped out.
he tapped out. Like Michael wasn't saying anything.
I don't think Michael was saying anything
But there's a
wrong at all.
reason. There's a reason Gunther jumped him. It's because both of those guys have been in Jay's corner the whole time.
Right.
Pat and Michael both have been yeeting right along with Jay for weeks now.
Right.
So he comes out because Gunther's obviously pissed at the world now. You know, pissed about the way he lost, pissed about losing in the first place.
Well, let's face it, Jay was the second person to ever make him tap.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
And then, so who's he going to take it out on? You know, he can't take it out on Jay right now. And he's going to come out and take it out on someone, and he took it out on... Well,
tried to do it on Michael.
Tried to take it out on Michael Cole.
Pat saved Michael and took it.
And he got the brunt of the attack. He got
Right.
choked out. And so it was pretty... And Michael Cole was not...
Happy.
He was not happy. Like, because Pat McAfee got taken backstage.
Went to the infirmary,
And-
doctor, locker room.
And
thing.
Adam Pearce told Michael Cole, you know, you can be done. We've got Joe Tessitore out there. You can be done for the night. And Michael Cole was like, well, no, I ain't letting a bully win. I'm not going to be bullied into leaving my job, you know. So he came back out. But he was obviously a little shot, you know. He took a smack or two or whatever happened.
He was also to the point. He was no. Like, let's face it. There were a couple of times where he said, "I have a few choice words that I usually say, but I'm going to go ahead and keep them to myself tonight."
So
After that, and he was just not happy, and I can't blame him.
well, there'll be interesting repercussions from this sort of attack. You know, you can't
You can't touch.
you can't attack the announcers.
No, you can't.
That's not
Professional in any means.
that's
so
not part of the show, you know.
we're gonna see Gunther get some fallback on that one. But I gotta say this because we're right there talking about the Jay celebration and stuff. When Sammy came out, I don't know why, just everything Sammy was doing, I thought he was gonna kick Jay in the fucking face and basically challenge him. The moment he dropped off the turnbuckle first and was looking at Jay in the corner, I'm like, Jay's going to come down and he's going to get a Kahlua kick right to the fucking head. But then Jimmy came out and I'm like, okay, nothing's going to happen. But I had that feeling the whole goddamn time. I was like, what the hell's going to happen? So I'm almost wondering if they were teasing something.
I mean, a lot of things like after Raw, you could really feel it that a lot of the storylines shifted. Like
yeah.
a lot of the expectations that weren't met in WrestleMania like a lot of this has shifted to everything's going to go different ways than anyone was expecting. You know, a lot of these matches.
That's why I tell people, like, Triple H has even stated, you all have no idea what I'm thinking and where we're going. Watch the damn show. And that's why I say, like, my personal feeling on what's going on, that's just me.
Right. That's just...
I'm not sitting here racking on anybody. I don't think anyone's the worst wrestler. I think they're making a story. Now, New Day, I can sit there and say, yeah, I don't really care for them. But that's 10 years of the same spiel over and over and over again. Kind of gets tiring. I don't think they're horrible wrestlers. I think they're phenomenal wrestlers. I think once they have the chance with a perfect match of a team and not an oversized team like the War Raiders, no offense, but they are big dudes. You put me in the ring with them, I would die. I would not look good, you know. But if you put them in the ring with guys their size, they can give a good 5-star match. So I have no problem with anyone in that ring. Now, yeah, hey, did I say I did not want Charlotte to win at all? Yeah, I said that. And I back it because the way she came out, the way she was given everything to go to WrestleMania, pissed me off. But I do not discredit her as a wrestler or an entertainer. She is a very good entertainer when she doesn't do the me bullshit.
Well, let's talk that match since you
brought it up.
Anyway. this was, like Casey was saying, this was one of the best matches of night number one. Like, this turned out to be really good.
For the female group, which only had 2 matches that night, I'd say this tops the Jade Naomi.
Well, it's like you're saying, this is probably even better than the Jay Gunther match, at least.
Oh, yeah. By a little bit, by a small little bit, and that's only because, God, Flair and Tiffany we saw a whole nother side in that match. Like, Tiffy came out the bruised Barbie in the end. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, it was questionable on whether she lost teeth, which apparently she didn't. She came out stating, I did not lose teeth.
Said she didn't, but, I mean, yeah, that's what everyone was seeing. It was like, bruised forehead, cut up mouth.
She was
There was obviously at least blood across her teeth.
At least something.
But it gives Charlotte an avenue to go down now.
Oh, yeah.
Because now she hasn't been handed the Elimination Chamber. She didn't get the title, so we can't sit here and be like, well, she was just given the title. She lost. So
she lost, and you could even see that she was, and like, if you pay attention to the matches, like, I've been watching this so much now, I can literally watch the match and see when they're actually talking to each other.
Yeah.
Where, when I was younger and I didn't watch it as much, I never caught this shit. But now it's like, so I could tell times when she was sitting there going, okay, I'm gonna do this. You're gonna throw me back, and you'd see her. So she was sitting there helping, and honestly, I think this was Charlotte's way of kind of pushing Tiffy forward, giving Tiffy that, instead of, you're the champ because you cashed in a briefcase. No, now you just fucking beat a 14-time champion?
14-time.
Like a legend. She made her a legend. So I'll tell you right now, like, I think that was huge on Charlotte's part. Now, do I think Charlotte's going away? Hell no. She's stated several times she wants to beat her dad's record of 17. She's going to fucking do it.
But now we get a more natural Charlotte, where she's not being pushed unnaturally, and we can stop just being mad about it, like.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll be a lot more fun to watch, because Charlotte is fun to watch.
Oh, she is.
She is fun to watch.
Phenomenal. She's a great talent. I'll tell you right now, and out of the promos, because she went me in the first day, like you've always said, and it ruined their shit.
Mm-hmm.
The moment they took it into their own hands, when she stepped out of line and Tiffy fired back, even Seth Rollins has come out and said, look what saved their fucking act.
Look what saved it.
That saved it.
Look what saved it was Tiffy bringing that to another level.
And Charlotte didn't know what to do.
Yeah, that promotion got wildly out of hand. But
it was a good one.
That saved them.
It really
totally
was.
saved them, and it made this match what it was. And it turned that match into a really good match that, we were all happy to see, instead of just being mad about it.
Right. And so now we're gonna move on, because obviously we've got a lot to talk about. So we're gonna we're jumping around quite a bit, but I am gonna state this, because we have jumped 2 matches before we get into the big match. And the reason I want to say this is because we've already covered Jay. And we also have covered the fact that Jade won her match, which was a good match, but you could see they slipped up a couple of times. Not big, not bad. It happens. But I'll state this too, with the Naomi Jade match, it went ferocious. They were at it, and it was quite good.
And we are going to get more from that.
Oh, yeah, we are. We are. And I'm excited to see it. I want to see more of Naomi as a heel.
Yep. That heel one's going to be...
Whatever you want to classify it as.
Yeah, classify it as a heel, because...
Yeah, that's the best way I can put it, But, and then... So now we're going to hurry and jump to the second Bloodline member to win. Or, well, I guess he's not OG, but... They are part of the Bloodline. Jacob versus LA Knight for the United States title. I saw this happening. I think the only reason you said it wouldn't happen is because you thought Jacob would lose his cool.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. It was a Jacob. I'm really not surprised he won, though, because he has every bit of talent to doing this. So
Right. And so right now, they are actually, due to the circumstances that happen at the end of the show on the triple threat match, which we're going to dive into now, because they have called this Saturday the end of the Bloodline story. 2 Bloodline members have proceeded up like Roman wanted. He's lifted his family up. But now we have to wonder what's going to happen with our tribal chief, because if you didn't watch the triple threat match, y'all are dumb. Holy shit. I'm going to hurry and blow the ending if we don't get talking about this, and I don't want to blow the ending. So how do we want to do this one? I'm going to say it right now. First off, I called the end, but I did not see the end happening the way it did. I'm going to state that one right now, because my calling was Seth, and you and Bryce can testify to this when I said Seth is going to win. Paul is going to side with Seth. That was the plan. But my lord, low-blowing, not just Punk, but the tribal chief himself. And people have even stated, like, look how he reacts to Punk. He's upset. He's, crying. He's angry. Look how he reacts to tribal chief. He's ferocious and just mad. So at this point, the tribal chief even has stated, once he has no wise man, he will not be. He's not the tribal chief anymore. So at this point, the tribal chief, who knows, in the next few shows, we might see a stepping down of the tribal chief, and, who knows what we're going to see. I mean, it was an intense match. I'm going to tell you that right now. CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman, holy shit. It went from out in the crowd to Roman flying completely over the barricade into the crowd, to several fucking end finisher moves, to each of them getting a finisher move all at once and just all being on the ground. And at that point, let's face it, if nobody saw it, but Paul Heyman was sitting on the steps right there in the corner, and I even commented, I was like, Paul looks dead. He looks done. He's giving up. And they even commented on that. The fact that, let's look at it this way too, not only did Roman put CM Punk through a table, he went and put Seth through a table and demolished both tables, only by the end having Paul Heyman hand a chair to CM Punk, low-blowing Punk, turning around and handing the chair to his tribal chief, giving him the chance to beat down Punk, then turning and saying, Seth's open, the shield, and Roman moves him aside to crack Seth in the back like he did all those years ago, and then low-blowed by Paul Heyman. And Seth is sitting there basically with his hand to his side waiting for the chair, because he knew all along that he was leaving with Paul Heyman. So now Seth is a Paul Heyman guy, which, God, I did not see it end that way at all.
No, I don't think anyone really saw that.
Honestly, when he had the chair, my thought was he was going to slide it in between them both. It was going to slide inadvertently, to Seth. He was going to play the card of, I didn't mean to do that, and then Seth was going to crack them both, pin them, and then in the next show or two, we were going to see Paul Heyman slowly get blamed left and right and then go to Seth. I did not see it happening like that. Holy crap.
Well, this is accounting for what happened in Raw, too. This is one of the storylines that I think took a very huge turn. Like, it is not. Do you want to talk about it now?
Let's do it.
Let's go ahead and talk about it now.
We're talking.
Okay, so at the end of Raw, Seth and Paul Heyman came out to talk about WrestleMania and what happened. Of course, Seth was talking about the things he's been saying. and whatnot. And in the midst of that, Punk and Reigns both come out eventually.
Technically, Punk comes out first, gets nailed down with the curb stomp?
Yeah, I think
the curb stomp?
Getting curb stomp.
And then all of a sudden, I think Heyman was about to start talking again because they were over him. And at this point, I thought Raw was about to go off the air because they're showing the Nevada thing. I was like, you cannot do this. I was like, no. And you know, I'm gonna say this. I'm surprised you didn't hear me because I'm in the room going, oh my fucking god,
Oh my god.
you know. And all of a sudden, boom, there's Roman's music, and he comes out and he immediately spears Seth, takes him out.
And we get that. We get Roman up.
And then he goes and Superman punches Heyman. He's in the corner. He's lining Heyman up for a fucking spear.
Yeah, he got up to spear Heyman.
And out of nowhere, boom, spear. And it was Braun Breaker, which... What did I say? What did I say when we're already jumping into Sunday night? But I told you he was gonna lose on Sunday because they were gonna take him to the bigger spot.
Because he's in a bigger spot now. So Braun Breaker
It's
shows
part of
up.
a new faction with Seth.
So Seth,
Well,
after
actually, let's face it. At that point, we actually thought he was gonna spear Seth for a minute.
But
And
Seth
then
walks
he
over there.
Went right through, spears Punk from behind. And Seth is just laughing.
And Seth goes over there, puts his arm around him, pulls him in close. Heyman does the same thing. They both pull him in close.
Now
we've got Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker as Paul Heyman's
boys.
New boys. And it's like,
holy
we have
shit.
something that's I don't think anyone was expecting.
I was even saying way back when with the Bloodline, before we even started this podcast, I was saying they needed to bring Braun Breaker over to, like, Paul or Roman needed to get Braun Breaker and bring him up to their team and be like, you're with us now. And it never happened, but now it's happened. Heyman went and got his boy.
So we've got someone new up in the big time, the big storyline. This is going to be a huge storyline going forward now.
This is going to be huge.
This is going to be huge.
And I don't know if anyone else noticed it, but with the fact, before we really dive into that match on Sunday, because we're not even out of Saturday yet, but if ever anyone noticed, there is a 3 split injury on the side of Braun's head. Like, I thought, Sunday night, I thought he missed the table. He did not. It looks stitched up. It looks bad. Luckily, he's not hurt, but holy crap.
Well, we can talk about that match. I think
we've talked enough about it. I mean, we're pretty much dealt up on that because Seth sends, before we go, he sends Braun to go take care of Roman outside the ring. Roman uppercuts him, and I thought Roman was gonna spear him. I was like, spear for spear. They were just gonna spear and collide each other, something like that. And Roman's back down on the ground, and then we get a full throttle spear from Braun all the way around the ring, through the barricade, laying out Roman. It ended the night with Seth, Braun, and Heyman, arms risen. They walk out. Roman and CM Punk are trading looks at each other. So now we're sitting there going, okay, are we going to get a team up with Roman and Seth? CM Punk. I still think we're about to find more out than people realize. I think Seth and Heyman are going to let it slip soon enough that the final boss is behind all this, which will bring Cody into the factor of the story too, and Cena, which will be insane.
This has been one of the things I've noticed about people's reaction to WrestleMania this year is the final boss stuff and the absence of The Rock.
Right.
Like, people are upset because I think in large part people expected The Rock to be at WrestleMania.
I think we all did.
Like, that's a reasonable expectation, but the fact that he's missing is not as bad as people are trying to make it out to be.
Well, people got to realize there's a whole other story going on
with this final boss stuff, because he showed up at Elimination Chamber. He showed up at, was it Not Elimination Chamber.
He was at Elimination Chamber.
Is that where?
And that's where.
Anyway,
I can't remember exactly, but it was was it Elimination Chamber?
I know, that's what I just did. I'm like, what? Anyway, he showed up.
Whenever John fucking
He showed up.
He showed up for Elimination Chamber because didn't he talk to Cody at the end saying, "I want your soul," and make your decision in a couple days or weeks or whatever, and then all of a sudden they were in the ring with John, and all that.
The point being is he showed up.
Oh no, we're wrong. It was a couple weeks before Elimination Chamber that happened. And then a couple of days actually, like shows. And then he was at Elimination Chamber because Cody went out to congratulate John, didn't it?
No, he was supposed to make the decision at Elimination Chamber
because John was shirtless.
Yeah, John was out there to. Fuck, I don't remember how that played out now. All of a sudden.
Oh no, Cody went out to. Wow, this is bad. Cody went to say his decision. Didn't John go out and say it was going to be him he faces? Or went out. Or no, I think Cody went out when John was still out there. I want to say the Elimination Chamber got raised up. It wasn't there anymore. Yeah, either way, whatever.
Anyway, the point being is people are upset that the final boss wasn't at WrestleMania, but I don't think he had to be, because he's got John Cena to do his dirty work at this point. That's the whole point of this, because Travis Scott showed up in the middle of that match, and people are like, "Well, what the shit," But that's kind of the point. Is these things are not happening to meet our expectations. They're happening to subvert our expectations of what the final boss is really about. And it's like you said, the final boss is coming. This is still
sooner or later.
This is still part of the storyline because John Cena is still part of the storyline. You know what I'm saying? They've got to do something about John Cena now because he's hell bent on taking that belt home.
Yeah, that got
and he's in
quick too.
He's been recruited by the final boss. He's working for the final boss. So the final boss doesn't have to show up.
I think the final boss is
until John Cena gets beaten.
What people got to realize too is the final boss is the boss.
He's the final boss.
He's not going to be out there every night.
At some point,
he's playing with the puppets behind the scenes, creating.
At some point, he has to be.
He will be.
He has to be beaten, but at this point,
he is just making sure.
He's just making sure things go the way he needs them to go.
He wants them to go like a boss would. He's. You don't get to the final boss until you complete all the levels, and we're at level 2. He just showed up last year, guys. That was level 1. Right. We're at level 2. We've got
whatever
fucking however many levels. Well, technically, if we're going off of John Cena, what is it, 27?
27 more appearances.
More appearances. So there's your levels. 27 more days.
Not matches. Appearances.
Yeah. Well, speaking about that, how quick did that end? Because the moment he got cocky and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna let you guys have a picture," who shows up? Randy fucking Orton.
So
RKOing the shit out of John.
So Randy is going to be the first to go up against,
like I said,
champion.
He's gonna be there for
Cena.
Clash of Clans. Backlash. Sorry.
So we got back.
That's what was going to happen. It makes sense that Randy goes after John. I mean, I know. I mean, we're already pretty much talking about it, which we said we were going to go talk about the Fatal 4-Way. That did not happen. Anyway, so we're going to just jump into the main event of Sunday night since we're already sitting here talking about it. And obviously, yes, John won. He cheated. But that's what John's about. He's gonna.
But he offered that opportunity to Cody.
He did.
Before he
said, "Be a bad guy or be a
he
good
said,
guy.
"Do it.
Choose."
Make your choice." And Cody couldn't do it.
Yep.
And John could. And John won.
Well, so and
Justin
also
cried.
yes, he heaved a little bit.
But
Anyway, but no, so and I even commented this. We talked about this on was it Sunday? It had to have been afterwards. On whether or not with how slow the match was, if John was hurting. Well, I had rewatched the last 5 minutes of the WrestleMania before, and he was moving plenty fast.
mm-hmm.
So, in retrospective, his turn, he's no longer got a video. He barely plays his song anymore. He won't even let the belt face in front of him so people can have a picture. He hides the towel behind his head now. He's doing everything opposite he would have been doing. So the slow match is opposite of what John would do. Because look how he was in Elimination Chamber. He was plenty fast.
He was plenty. But think about it, too. What did he tell Cody the other day? I think at SmackDown. He told him, I don't even have to wrestle to do this.
And he didn't.
Like
well, he did a little bit.
He wrestled, but he didn't wrestle, you know, like he was out there taking his time, getting out of the ring.
He was pissing Cody off left and right. And that's the thing, too. Like, people are pissed that Travis Scott came out. But look at the fact, too. One, Cody got to give him his receipt.
That was good.
Two, Travis was pretty damn quick to get out of there and get backstage, which apparently he's saying this is his full-time job now. I swear to God, he looked like he was about to fucking cry after he took the bump by Cody. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I swear to God, he looked like that was a regret. But anyway, he got the receipt. Whether Travis wants to be brave enough to try and go out there again, guess what? He's going to get another receipt and another receipt because Cody is ready for him. He showed it because he took out Travis. John went to take him out with the belt. He caught it. So Cody called the play. The only play he couldn't call was being the bad guy.
And now Randy's going to get his shot.
Which I guarantee we're probably going to see something from Travis.
Which you're going to get more of the same from John Cena. Because he's just got to make his way through 27 more appearances.
But I tell you now, we're going to see a different side of Randy now, too. Because Randy's
itching to kick someone's head.
He didn't waste any time RKOing him out of nowhere. He took it, slammed him. He fucking showed, yeah, I'm coming. He told Cody, whether you win or lose, I'm coming for that.
He's coming.
John didn't listen.
Someone's gonna cost Randy.
Yep.
Like this is gonna go on for a minute.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it don't matter who you are. Randy showed that on WrestleMania Sunday night. He's gonna embarrass the shit out of you. He's gonna RK you multiple times, and he's gonna walk away. And Joe Hendry, I am so fucking sorry you had to take the RKO multiple times. Good Lord. Good to see him there, though. I did not call that one at all.
I did hear that Randy wanted to wrestle Joe Hendry. Like he, out of all the names that came up, he went with Joe Hendry. And it's good to see him there. I mean,
which we called that one. That was one of the ones. I called the main event John Cena. Justin didn't.
I did not because I am a Cody fan.
Yes. So,
well,
and
I had my reasons too. I wasn't just fanning out.
Well, no, you had good,
but my thoughts didn't really pan out.
But it didn't pan out the way, and that was the twist. So we got one of it, saving the company in one hand.
But that thought is still very much on the table. It just didn't pan out at WrestleMania
didn't happen.
Because that belt is still going home with John Cena. That's where we're at. That belt is going home. That's where it's
at. So right now the story's compelling bigger to saving the belt, the company.
Like he said, this is the belt that, God, what names did he name? I can't remember what names he named.
Everyone. Stone Cold.
Yeah, Stone Cold, so on. Like, this is the belt that they all held, and it's going home, and they have to restart. That's what Cena's doing.
Yeah.
And someone's got to save it.
And right now, you've got Randy going to attempt.
Randy's got the shot at Backlash.
Cody's going to be coming for...
I mean,
Cody right now is a broken man. Like, if you saw him when he walked out and Kathy tried catching him, he immediately just shot her down. He got in the bus. It was over. But let's face it, do not count Cody out at all. He's coming back, and he's going to come for blood. As soon as he's got a game plan, let's face it. Cody can't go do this alone, though. So right now, this is why I'm saying the final boss, he's the one pulling all the strings on both sides. And so at some point, we are going to see Roman, Punk, Cody, maybe even Randy on a team going up against Braun, Seth, and whoever else they bring into the team. Or John. Not Travis, even if he wants to consider this his full-time job. He will not do good. So let's find somebody else, please. But still, so you got 4.
He does play a good distraction.
He did. He distracted Cody just the way it needed to happen, and people are pissed about it. But guess what? Tell me that's not a final boss moment. Because it wasn't The Rock. Hey, it wasn't The Rock. Guess what? Boo-hoo. Travis was the messenger that the boss sent out.
Right.
Just like a boss would. Look at it at a company, like a corporate standpoint. The boss is not going to go do all the work himself. He has his pawns, knights, rooks, whatever you want to call it. He has his lackeys to go do it for him. Mm-hmm. And Travis is one of them right now. And he went and did his job. Which was good. I mean, hey, was it an ending we all called? Hell no. I was hoping Rock would come out, Stone Cold knowing he was there would come out and stunner the shit out of The Rock. I was obviously wrong and sort of bummed out that we only got Travis, but it's all right because it's twisted into a much better story, and it's going to keep going at least till SummerSlam because that's close to the end of John's showing is SummerSlam. I don't know if it is exactly SummerSlam or a couple of shows after SummerSlam, but
we'll have to see how this goes. Yeah. But the more I think about this, because I've seen a lot of negativity about WrestleMania on social media, and the more I think about it,
people are pissed.
The more I think about it, this is just playing into this storyline a lot. Like, this is so far from done, and WrestleMania was just a...
like I said, yes, WrestleMania is the Super Bowl of the show, but not this year.
Not this year.
Because SummerSlam is finally getting a second night.
It's getting its second night. And
the second PLE to have a second night, and it needs to be straight fucking fire. So they're not building to impress you at this show. They have their second show now. You know, look, okay, Super Bowl. Yeah, okay, it was kind of meh, but now we're here at the,
second Super Bowl coming up.
Would it be the second Super Bowl, or do we want to call it the fucking NBA championship, whatever?
The Daytona 500's coming up.
Yeah, I mean, look at, no, that's actually perfect, because they've got the Talladega, they got the like what, Talladega is Daytona, isn't it?
No. Daytona's...
So they have like what, 3-4 different tracks that are like the fucking Grand Slam of tracks.
And you got like.
So here we are today, WrestleMania wasn't the Daytona 500 like it should have been. It was the Talladega. To now, SummerSlam's been reverted to the Daytona 500 because now SummerSlam's the show to fucking light on fire this year. And it's like they've already came out and said they had The Rock come back in Elimination Chamber because tickets were starting to slow, like ticket sales were slowing down. So they brought Rock back in as the final boss. But guess what? Rock said he didn't come to WrestleMania because he wanted all the focus on John. He came out and stated that it has to be on John, not me. And that's exactly what happened. It was on John. John showed his point, which, let's face it, everyone sitting here, anyone and everyone who wants to sit there and say he's a bad guy, no, he is not. Rock even said it. He is not a bad guy. He's just telling the truth now. That's the difference of John's heel right now. Like, we can't truly even call it a heel. He's just being honest.
He's just being honest. He's not
a bad guy. He's not a good guy.
He's not playing, and like I said, this is not playing to everyone's expectations. That's what's going on.
Right.
Like, this whole storyline is not playing.
Well, that's the thing. And that's something, too. That's a good point you're making, is because how they are sick and tired of social media and fans and podcasters like us who come out and sit there and try and call the fucking show and think they know the fucking show. I'll call the match. I'll sit here and say, this is what I think will happen. But guess what? Half the time, I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, they shouldn't have fucking done that. Maybe if Charlotte won, yeah, I might have been like, that was fucking stupid, but whatever. The fact of the matter is, WrestleMania didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. I'm not going to go online and be like, this was bullshit. I'm going to be sitting there waiting the next night to see, all right, what are we doing? Because I want to see why things happened last night the way they did, to see what we're doing. And I got a fucking full house. Fucking full house right up there on the card game. Triple H came out and basically said, hey, up yours. You can call it all you want, but I have aces up my sleeves you guys don't see. I am 20 steps in front of you, and you're so fucking slow that I'm going to be 20 steps further by the time you take 2 steps. Like, that's the thing. And so WrestleMania was telling just another part of the story. And I don't even think, I'll say right now, I don't even think SummerSlam's going to end it. It's going to continue, and it's going to get bigger. Now, whether it ends with John Cena leaving with that belt, who fucking knows?
Who actually knows?
Maybe he does, and that's the final step of, buy WWE belt. Now we got to fucking figure out a toy belt. Who knows? We don't know, and I guarantee everyone that doesn't like it because it wasn't the way they wanted is going to bitch about it.
That's all right. It was pretty good.
Yeah, and then we even got, like, fucking, I'll tell you right now, I thought we were going to get Alexa Bliss last night, or Sunday night. I was kind of bummed. Nothing against Becky, but we've seen it a lot. And it's like Alexa came back, and now all of a sudden she's gone again. And it's like we knew she was in Vegas.
I got a question. Since you brought up Becky, because I'm not a bit, like I said, I've just come back into wrestling, and Becky hasn't actually been around this whole time that I've been watching for this last year. Mm-hmm. Has she? Let's talk about what happened with her in the tag teams real quick. Like on WrestleMania night 1 or night 2. Lyra, Becky, Liv, and Raquel.
Which I called this one. I said if Becky and Lyra, because we were going off the basis that we knew Alexa was in Vegas, but we also knew Becky was there. And I told you that night, and I'm going to work on getting a Twitter account and getting shit going so I can start posting this stuff. But anyway, I had told you if Becky comes out, they're winning.
They're winning. And that's actually how I called it, too.
I even was saying that maybe Alexis and Lyra would win too.
Like, I called Alexa coming out,
but I knew Becky was coming.
But I called Liv and Raquel losing those belts. Okay, right. So anyway, we get that. It's a good match. It was
a dang good match.
But Lyra and Becky walk away with the belts. Right, and everyone's happy to see Becky, and everything. Anyway, we turn around to Raw, and they're right back in a title match.
Right.
Same 4, right? And they go at it again. And again, really good match. Actually, I thought the match on Raw was better than the match at WrestleMania. Like, they really had a good match on Raw. This time, Liv and Raquel wind up. So now they're 4-time women's tag team title champions. Which is awesome.
4-time first ever.
Which is fun because those two are so fun to listen to.
They're just fun to fucking watch because they have just their charismatic attitudes.
Lyra was the one that took the Oblivion and took the loss in that tag team the second night.
Right.
On Raw. Right? And Becky didn't take it well.
No, she didn't.
She jumped Lyra. She jumped Lyra over and over.
Yeah.
So the question I have has Becky ever had like a heel turn before?
Mhm.
Has she? Okay.
So I don't know if you really want to call it a heel turn. She started acting like Seth for like a
Okay.
year. She was no longer the man, and she was more how Seth is, which you could have taken it as a heel turn because she was acting. She was acting a lot more like how Charlotte acts.
Okay.
Okay, and this is off and on watching on my end because that was when I was just watching highlights and just stuff like that. But she kind of actually lost a following during that period. Hence, the man came back because
Right.
that's what she was good at. Um, Now, before that, I can't say whether she really has or not. I know that the turmoil between her, Bailey, Charlotte, and well, Sasha's not around anymore, is due to their NXT days when they were the Four Horsemen. And they've traded shot for shot left and right. But and talking about this too, because unlike Charlotte, I wasn't actually mad with Becky coming out because it was a surprise return. Yeah, they won, but again, the next night they lost, so it was immediate turnaround, um, which I'm pretty sure was to kind of bump Liv and Raquel forward on the record standing there and give them a little bit more
Right. Give them a
face.
4-time.
But yeah, so other than that, I mean, I'd really have to look into it. I could very well be wrong on Becky on whether she really has had a heel turn.
Because I just wonder if this is something new they're doing with her.
Like maybe on the fact that attacking friends, because I can't even state she's really ever done that other than like the turmoil between the Four Horsemen and her. I don't think I think she's always been the one to show up for her friends and not attack them. Which, let's face it, this was a real Seth move too because you didn't see it coming, and she basically struck Lyra in the back with a chair like Seth did to Roman.
Like she got Lyra. That was
So I mean, to really see it, I mean, I joked about it, but I almost wonder if we're going to see Heyman walking out with her sooner or later, and she becomes the first Heyman girl.
it's gonna be it'll be interesting because I'm guessing Becky Lynch is back.
She's back for now. I don't know how many matches she's really going to have.
Who knows?
We'll definitely see. We didn't see her coming back.
Knows what's going on with Becky. I haven't heard anything. But it'll be fun to watch. Like I said, I've not watched Becky really at all. This is the only...
You should look into her. She's had some good promos, very good comebacks. Like, I don't know, Bryce can't stand her very much anymore.
He was just saying he's tired of the man.
See, and that's
stuff,
kind of where he and I differ because I liked her better as the man. When she was Becky and acting like Seth, coming out in these outlandishly horrid fucking costumes all the time, I was like, this is bad, dude. Like, I didn't like her like that because it wasn't. Yeah. I watched her as the man for all the time.
We'll see.
Was it bad? I mean, she said she loved doing it. She thought it was a fucking great time, and it was a great time trying to up one on Seth every fucking entrance because they would do outlandish costumes each time to up the other one. So, I don't know, but we're definitely going to see a lot more with Lyra and Becky going down this road. We're going to see something a lot different. I almost think Becky's going for the Intercontinental title now.
Yeah, you could see her going
Which
for
would,
that.
So when Becky left, she was actually a Grand Slam champ.
Was she?
She's not anymore because the Intercontinental title wasn't ever around. Or no, Intercontinental title was around. It was the U.S. title that's not around. Yeah, the U.S. title's the new one, right?
Yeah, because
the Intercontinental's been around, right? I can't remember how that goes. Anyway, I wouldn't doubt she doesn't. She goes after Lyra now for her belt to take it from her because she cost her their belt. But
Okay, so no, that's new too.
Oh, so she might be actually going after that one, and she may even go after the U.S. to become a Grand Slam champ again.
Listen, Chelsea Green's the only one that ever needs to be the U.S. champ. I'm just saying.
Oh, people are bummed that she never even came out. But the things I heard, I knew we weren't going to see her because I think she got in trouble. I am not 100%. Do not quote me on this, but I believe that was the reasoning behind her not having a match is something had happened behind the scenes, and they cut her match.
Whoops.
Because it was supposed to originally be her versus... Was it Alexa?
I don't know. Someone needs to tell us what
Nikki,
the hell is going on with Alexa.
I think it was either supposed to be Nikki or Alexa that was going to be against Chelsea Green, but then it got canceled. And I've heard it was because of her doing shit in the behind the scenes and got in trouble. But then it's also, hey, what the fuck's going on with Alexa to where she's not around? So I don't know what's going on there. All right, let's jump to the Fatal 4-Way. Let's hurry and cover that.
Oh my goodness, what a match.
I called this one down. I called this one straight to the fucking pin and who the fuck he was going to pin. I called it. I said it was going to be Dom. He was going to pin Finn, and this was going to be the nail in the coffin for Judgment Day, and I still think it is, rather than the fact I don't know what to think now because of what happened on Monday.
I know, like, Finn, because you'd think the way that went down that Finn would be pissed.
Oh, he so was. If you didn't pay attention to him on Monday, he wasn't even, he really was not trying to help.
Well, yeah, he wasn't trying to help. He wasn't, even after the match when they were all together, the Judgment Day was all together.
Was
like, he was not quite all together with them.
Well, see, and that's the thing, too, is so, like, with talking about that, because I had the thought when I was watching the match on Raw that I was just like, he's proving a point. He was not going to really help. Like, he would pretend to help, but I don't know what you want me to do, help.
Yeah.
And then Dom was going to lose, and then he was going to be like, this is why I said you're not a champion.
Right.
Because you can't even retain the title without help. Where in this case, well, we got one hell of a help, and that was JD McDonough. Holy shit. Yeah. Came out of nowhere, shoves Penta off, giving Dom that fucking belt retainment. And I think Liv, Raquel, I think all of them knew but Finn that JD was there. Because JD was in shock. The rest of them were just celebrating. Or not JD, Finn. But, I mean, on to the Fatal 4-Way. That was an insane fucking match. All of them brought their A game. Dom was killing it. Finn was killing it. Breaker was killing it. Penta was killing it. Let's face it, even Carlito, you played dead pretty good. Carlito got involved, and that's what happened to the side of Braun's head.
But even when Carlito was fighting there for a second, he was going at it.
He was going at it. And let's face it, I mean, a 15-foot spear through the table.
Yeah.
And let's look at that too. Is Braun whacked the corner of one of those legs that did not fall as that table was collapsing. I thought he missed it. But he come Monday, he clearly whacked the shit out of that table.
Yeah, he's definitely got stitches and.
But so it leads,
up anyway.
And I called this, and I not to ruin, because we haven't even covered the triple threat yet, but not to ruin that one, which I'm about to. I called it just down I was like, he's about to Io Sky him. And you looked at me like, what? And I was like, because all of a sudden Finn did the coup de grace, goes for the pin, and all of a sudden out of nowhere you get a Dominic frog splash right on top of him, and he sweeps into the pin and gets him because Dom got hit but never fell off the turnbuckle. So obviously Dom stood there, lifted back up, and watched it, and came down and pinned Finn. As he puts it, saw the opening and took it. And I was probably as surprised as Dom, which I wanted Dom to win. This was the one of the matches that I was actually equal ground, because I was like, this is the push Dom needs. This is the belt he needs, and it's going to get Braun off that belt to go to bigger things. And the crowd reaction.
Like that, he got one of the biggest crowd reactions of the whole weekend.
Cheers.
Like
he wasn't booed. He even commented after he won. I'm used to not even talking.
And he took advantage of the moment too, because he went up the ramp. He was leaving, and he decided to turn around and get back in the ring.
Ran right back down, and got in that ring.
Which is a really cool moment, because he got up on the turnbuckles and let everyone cheer. It was like he got such a huge...
Even on Raw, he didn't get booed at all. I think this is a turning point now. People are excited to see him be a champ. And I'm excited, because I've been there since he started. And it's a big difference from how he was when he was tag teaming with his dad to how he is now. It is.
Yeah, he's
huge difference.
It's gonna be a lot of fun watching him, because he's gonna get a lot of time now.
Oh yeah, and so it will definitely be cool. But I still think this is the nail in the coffin, and this is a big but I think they talk Finn and JD going after those titles against the New Day, making it to where the entire team. The entire faction now have belts.
They have titles. That'd be...
And let's face it, JD and Finn going up against the New Day would actually be one hell of a good match. And that's what saves the Judgment Day. Well, let's quotation that one, because even Rhea and Damien have said, we're not a part of it. They're not the Judgment Day. So they're not it.
That'd be a good way to go, because the Raw tag division as a whole is not doing well.
No, it's struggling compared to the tag team division on SmackDown.
And
because let's face it, one of the teams was JD and Finn, and JD was out because he busted his fucking rib. And so let's face it,
you put them out there,
you put them back into a team together, and they go back after those belts, it would be good. But like I said, I still have a feeling this is the nail in the coffin. Finn's out. And if Finn's out, I think Finn's going to start directing his attention towards Jay and going after that world title, which wouldn't be a bad setup either. I mean, it's win-win either way on however we go. I mean, they could even talk him into saying, hey, you're going to go after the world heavyweight title. You're going to go after Jay. JD and Carlito are going to go after the tag team titles, giving Carlito more time in the ring now, which everyone's been wanting. So now we get to see Carlito finally be Carlito. Who knows? There's so much you can do with this, the faction, that without ripping it apart. It all just depends on the way they're going to go. All right, now let's go to the match that you and I both we lost severely. That was...
Yeah, we didn't call the street fight.
That was a straight fucking mop-up. It almost seemed like Damien just did not come to the match very well. But, I mean, fuck, Drew beat the living shit out of him. He even took time to post on his Twitter that he's still bored at work. Well, same show.
Let's hope this gets rid of the whiny part of Drew's persona. I'm so victimized. Everyone did this to me.
Right.
That he's been, basically it's been the last year that he's been bitching about that.
Well, let's face it, Drew will go after the world title too. I mean, there's many people now that can go after that world title. No, they're on SmackDown now, huh?
Let's get a Drew that plays more to his strengths than...
Hey, Drew, go up against Jacob Fatu and get the U.S. title, would you?
Do something like that. That'd be fun.
I don't know.
Go do something without whining about it.
Fuck. And nothing against Drew. He's a phenomenal talent. But
That's
the
just-
whiny is just his character, and the character is getting old.
That's my point. Is like I want to see Drew be
Drew.
successful as Drew. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Not whiny, bitchy, complaining.
not oh you cost me, when we all knew.
We're not the one who made you go fucking parade in front of Punk and lose it.
That was your own fault. Anyway.
All right, now on to the one I wanted to get wrong, but was right. And that's only because Mommy. I'm sorry. I wanted Mommy to win. I wanted Rhea Ripley to win, but I knew this match was going to end with Io Sky. I knew it. It wasn't even it could be Io or Bianca. It was straight. If it's not
Io.
Rhea, it was Io. And the way it turned out was perfect because of the match the next night on Raw. That match shows Stephanie and Io going at it, which was a good match. It took them a minute to adjust to each other, if you noticed, because in the ring at the beginning they were starting slow, but then, and you could almost tell it was a language barrier. They couldn't really work it out, but after a minute or two, they finally got it and started going. That was Sunday, brother. Come on. And that match actually turned out pretty dang good. But then it just showed 2 other women come into this picture that we weren't even anticipating. Julie and Roxanne comes out and ends it in a no contest for interference. And as they were getting the upper hand, Stephanie's down, Io's down, getting the shit kicked out of her. What happens? This is my brutality, and Rhea comes out, flattens Roxanne. Julie takes the smart route and gets the fuck out of the ring. Not quickly, but kind of acts like she might do something, then slowly gets out of the ring. And at that point, too, after she took out Roxanne, I don't know if a lot of people saw it, but she said, "Nobody hurts Io but me." And it's not even like I fucking hate Io threat. It was, she's my fucking friend, and if anyone's going to hurt her, it's going to be me. So I think we're going to see something come up, because she even paid her respect to Io, handing her belt back. But she also warned her, I'm coming back for that. Like, I'm coming for that. So we just got a whole nother outcome of 3 new women in the situation that I couldn't even call. Like, I was sitting there going, it's going to be Jade, Naomi, Bianca, and Io, and Rhea, and Liv in a 6-way. No, we're not getting that at all. We're getting something so much bigger.
Well, those 3 are probably coming up to the
main roster
here pretty quick.
So maybe not Stephanie, because she's still NXT's women's champion, but Roxanne's her next opponent, and we all know if Stephanie loses, she no longer has the belt, but Roxanne. So out of 2 people in that 3 right now, it's going to be questionable, but it also just depends on how fast the turnaround of now you lose the belt type thing. So it's like, yeah, if Roxanne wins, they're going to be like, okay, now we're going to give you someone you're going to lose to, and now all 3 of you are coming up to the show. But I'm excited, because I'll even state too, like Io and Steph, their promo, it was a little hard to get with, because there's that language barrier. But one, Io's getting a lot more comfortable doing it. She's not doing what Stephanie did, which is she paused and then kind of repeated herself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Io used to do. Well, now she's not. And she's even jumped into saying some Japanese in there too. And her end of it was spot on. Stephanie definitely has to work it out a little bit, but that's not her fault. She's still learning the language. But I still think it was fire too, because she's sitting there saying, I wanted to be the first one to come out and show respect, and I want to beat be part of the best, And that was great.
We're about to have...
And Adam, good job on coming out and immediately taking that situation and making it good.
We are about to have a fire women's division here.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, God. The moment Julie and Stephanie came into the show, I was ecstatic. I was so glad that we beat AEW out of those two girls, because AEW lost two phenomenal talents that they could have had. They wasted Julie. They had her for one match. She goes, never came back. And WWE goes and picks her up. Like right after. Same with Stephanie. They had a match. Stephanie lost to Sasha or Mercedes. And WWE immediately contacted Stephanie and said, hey, you're fired. Let's get you on. And yeah, you guys lost. Big. And so, not to take away from the triple threat match from Sunday, though, because that match was good. It really was. To the fact that, Rhea, Bianca, Io all came at it. And it ended with Rhea was being pinned by Bianca. And this is why I said Dom was going to Io Sky it. Is Io comes out with the fucking moonsault and takes him. And pins. And I don't know who kicked Mommy in the face.
Oh, she got a shiner.
But y'all better watch it, because she's going to come for you now.
Ooh.
Not really. Actually, I almost think it was Bianca. So I don't know if you saw the behind the scenes shit. Bianca came out of nowhere, goes up and hugs Rhea, and then spots the camera, points to two cameras that were back there. She's like, oh, and then turned and saw the other one. Oh, and hurried and grabbed Rhea's hand and ran off out of camera sight. So I almost think it was Bianca who accidentally clubbed her in the fucking face.
Well, I mean,
and it was obviously an accident. I don't think there's any hard feelings. And let's face it, I'm going to tell you right now, Rhea wore it because she didn't even cover it up.
I know. She
had makeup on one eye. She came out with the bruiser on the other. Made y'all look at it.
It's all right.
All right, so the match that I did call that I wanted to be wrong was AJ versus Logan. But we knew Logan was going to win. Didn't you call that too, or did you go side with AJ?
No, I called AJ.
Oh, I knew AJ was going to lose. I knew Logan was going to be the guy to do it. Karrion even showed his face a little bit. At that point, though.
So let's talk about Karrion Kross for a sec. Did you see the video?
Where he said, go fuck yourself?
Where he got so angry?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, his wife was even sitting there trying to tell him, calm down. Yeah, and he said the suit and tie in the back can go fuck himself.
Suit and tie, Karrion Kross is
pissed about something.
He is pissed about the way things have gone.
I think he's more pissed at the fact that they can have someone who hasn't gone and paid his dues come and skip the line. He's pissed with Logan. And honestly, I don't know. I'm going to say this. I don't think it's real. I think this is part of the story, because he's still pushing to AJ to be the bad guy again. And AJ's telling him, I didn't like how I was a year ago. I don't want him, back. I don't want to be him. And Karrion's pushing it. But I think all of it's building to maybe Karrion going after Logan himself.
Well, I think we're going to see a lot more Karrion Kross. Or a lot less Karrion Kross. One of the two. if he's pissing people off.
It's going to be good.
But that video was something else. He was straight up pissed off.
Oh God, but he knows how to sell. He knows how to entertain, and that's exactly I think what he did. It was just literally he sold this story that they are clearly building something towards. They've been doing it for a while now. I don't just watch his social medias, man. They're weird. But anyway, all right, and so that concludes the Wrestlemania and a lot of Raw. What we haven't talked about from Raw was our surprise return of Rusev.
Oh yeah, Rusev.
And he annihilated poor Otis, and good Lord, his name just left me.
Yeah.
It starts with a T, doesn't it?
Tozawa.
There we go. Thank you. I don't. Yeah. Anyway, just
Akira
ripped them
Tozawa,
apart.
that's what it is.
Ripped them apart. So we know Rusev is finally back. Now the question is, because she did sign a Legends deal, which would put her in the running of being a manager again, will we see Lana come back? Which she would be Rusev's manager again, which would be very good. Those two were good together. God, what else did we not cover from Raw? I think that's about it, isn't it?
I think we hit all the major points.
I think there were a couple little filler matches that didn't.
There wasn't even really.
No, Penta and Dom.
We talked about.
We
Penta
talked
and Dom
about. Yeah. Okay. Nope. We did.
because JD showed up.
Yep.
And then we talked about the final promo.
And we talked
Seth,
about the Gunther and the celebration. Yeah, I think we covered it all, other than the Rusev part, which I just covered. So we're looking into more. So we got one of the returns back.
Well, I mean, I know. There's mixed feelings on this WrestleMania. Like, I know last year there were so many huge surprises last year, and I know a lot of people were expecting that again. And I think this year was about subverting those expectations.
Plus pushing to the next.
And pushing
to SummerSlam.
Because
let's face it, this is a big show for them. This is the first
and
second. Well,
like when you tell a story that subverts expectations, it's bound to piss people off.
Yeah.
Because it hurts when you're reading a book or watching a movie and it's not going the way you want it to go.
Right.
And like your champion loses, or your main character, bad things happen. It's hard to watch, but this is some really good storytelling.
Oh yeah.
Like there's a lot, and like we said at the very beginning of tonight, everything that happened on Raw took all those storylines and just took a huge left turn. Like we have so much that's now open, so much that could happen, so much that might never happen, that stay tuned for every show coming up.
Keep fucking watching. I mean, seriously.
This
is building. This is huge. And right now, even look at it too, is we're seeing a lot of PLEs happening in the western states this year. That they were all on the east side. Mm-hmm. It almost makes me want to try and fucking get to one.
And this too, like we keep saying that SummerSlam, but this could be building up clear till next year.
Next year
in WrestleMania.
Next year. I mean, why do you think Rock could have said, "Oh, I'm going to tell him where 42 is going to be"? Okay, I'm going to do that because hey, guess what? It's part of the final boss's fucking privilege to tell you where we're going to have our fucking final level. But not even final level. It might just be fucking more of the same.
So everyone, keep watching. This is bound to get really good. Like a lot of these storylines. So
we did get Stone Cold in, by the way. he did show up. We did not touch on that.
We didn't.
And oh my God, what drama has come from that? Have you seen that?
I haven't seen.
He crashed into a fucking barrier on his 4-wheeler, and apparently, I don't know how bad this person got hurt or if it just got knocked over and she was embarrassed. You could tell the rest of the night she was just pissed off. Yeah. But apparently they're worried about her suing. And I'm sitting there going, I would have fucking played that right there. You just had the fucking CEO sitting there checking on you. And I would have been like, hey, give me tickets to SummerSlam and a hotel room and a flight and we're good. That's what I would have done. I would have been like, you pay for my trip and my hotel room and my fucking tickets, and you don't have to worry about shit.
I saw a tweet. Someone was all, this is why fans should only be on the front row, because, come ram into me, dump beer all over me, do whatever you want. And I'm game for that.
We probably would have been like, this was awesome, but just because you did knock me over, can I get a picture and an autograph
It's like,
with Stone Cold?
Give me my beer, and me and Stone Cold will chug a beer.
Yeah. No, seriously. And honestly, I almost wonder if she was there. I want to say she was there with a guy, the guy in the orange shirt. I almost wonder if she was there because of him. Because she looked grumpy as shit the rest of the night. He was sitting there trying to get back into the show and just couldn't. And if you notice, though, the next night, who was sitting there? Fucking Asian man, Macho Man.
Yeah, Macho Man was.
So they moved him over.
Yeah.
But
it was good to see Stone Cold for a minute.
Yeah, for a minute. And let's face it, he tried counting. He did try and recount the audience. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's just face it, he wasn't going to get to 60,000. 2 sold out shows. You can be pissed all you want,
but
keep watching, keep buying the damn tickets. Because nothing worse than stopping and making it to where they start.
This is about to get good. We're about to see some
it's
good
going to be fire.
stuff.
I'm going to tell you, we can't even state it's going to happen by the end of this year or by next WrestleMania. It could be 2 years down the road. That's where Triple H sees this story ending, is 2 years from now. Let's face it, Triple H is so far ahead of us. The only reason we might have a pivot is because he wants to show you that you're wrong. And you're not going to guess my fucking show. I can guess the outcome of a match pretty damn good, but I'm also going off 2 different biases. I'm not going off of who I want to see win. I see who the company wants to see win. Hence, I wanted Rhea to win, but I knew deep down the company wanted EO to go. And that was the right fucking call, because look what happened Monday. It just turned into a whole nother fucking situation. And I almost expected Bianca to come out and help Rhea take out those 2.
Well,
that
everyone,
would have been good.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back in a few days with SmackDown. And we'll catch you on the next go around.